Many people have asked me how to select an agent for mutual funds. I do not know how to select an agent for a mutual fund, or how not to select an agent for a mutual fund or life insurance. But I know how not to select. So that much I know. So let me tell you how not to select. Based on that, if you can find out how to select, then that will be very good, right? So if the minute you take up a job today, people start chasing you. The people chasing you could be anybody, could be a classmate who's joined a life insurance company or a mutual fund, or a bank who has got targets to meet. So she will come and chase you for buying some life insurance policy or mutual funds, etc., etc. And I don't think you have an excuse of saying I didn't understand what that person was saying, because if you have done MBA, you have done some elective in finance, something in marketing, you should be able to understand the language which they are using, and why they are saying what they are saying, right? If you have to trace the money, you have to say how they are making money, how their company is making money, and what are the solutions for it. So first reason why people buy an insurance policy is he's a neighbor. How can he be wrong? So he could be a friendly neighbor who comes in, who played with you and whom you know very well, or is an uncle, and he's been the insurance guy in the building and in the society. Everybody knows him. He goes to your church, he goes to your temple, he does all bhajans in his house, whatever be the reason. So therefore, that is the person. The worst person to buy insurance from would be him or her, whoever. They're very aggressive, they will be very subtle, they'll keep on saying you need insurance, what will you do without insurance? And normally the product that they offer would be endowment plans. We will talk about that later. But this neighbor category includes all your uncle, aunt, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, mother-in-law, father-in-law, everybody. When I say neighbor, I'm just calling it the neighbor syndrome, but includes anybody whom you know well, who has got a real vested interest in trying to sell you a life insurance policy, so they will chase you. Could be anybody, just be careful about that, right? Again, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, if you can't avoid, take a term insurance policy for a minimum period. So if you're 30 years of age, take a 10-year term insurance policy or a 7-year term insurance policy. They are making money on that, don't worry. The premium will be low, they will get some commission, and after 3-4 years you can stop paying the premium. Nobody is going to come and complain, right? But don't take a classic endowment plan or an insurance plan where you have to pay for the next 30 years. Makes no sense, right? See how long a person has been in the business. If it's a young boy or a young girl who is 22 years of age, who has been recently made an agent, the chances are they will not stay in the business for too long. So length of being in business is a very good criteria. But when a person has been there for too long, suppose he's a 60-year-old and last 40 years he has been in this business, chances are he'll be a life insurance agent, LIC agent, Life Insurance of India agent, and he will not be able to see the good policies of other insurance companies, and he'll tell you things like, oh, government guaranteed, the others don't have this and all that. It's true, partially false, but it does not make sense to buy just because it is government guaranteed. The government needs LIC today more than the LIC needing the government. Next is, so what you should be looking for a 40-year-old agent who has spent 20 years in this business. Chances are he will know the business well, and you have to have your own skill sets to know whether he is speaking the truth, right? So when he comes, you listen to him and you say, I want a term insurance, and he tells you, no, term insurance में आपको पैसा नहीं मिलेगा, आपकी बीवी को पैसा मिलेगा, आपको मरने पे ही पैसा मिलेगा, right? He tells you all those things to dissuade you from buying the policy. He's definitely the wrong person. It is also possible that he will watch this video and then turn to be very positive and say, yes sir, term insurance is very good, etc., etc. But sir, do you realize that if you can't pay the premium for whatever reasons, COVID आ गया, COVID 3 आया, ऐसा कुछ हुआ, तो फिर आपको पॉलिसी में प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है सर. आपने प्रीमियम नहीं भरा तो ये बंद हो जाएगा. बट द एंडोमेंट प्लान दैट आई एम गिविंग यू विल नॉट शट डाउन जस्ट बिकॉज यू डिडंट पे द प्रीमियम. इट हैज़ इनफ मनी टू पे फॉर द प्रीमियम. सो देयरफॉर आई वुड सजेस्ट endowment. I can give you term insurance also, but I would suggest an endowment. This is a classic way of selling endowment, so don't fall for this trap. So this is again the wrong guy. If a guy does not talk about term insurance, does not tell you that term insurance is good, then he is trying to hide something. If he's the guy who says term insurance is good, endowment is good, but I have a compromise product, sir. It's called term insurance with return of premium. Again, that is the wrong guy. Don't go anywhere near him. He's bluffing. Right? Because term insurance with return of premium is the policy which you cannot throw away after 5 years. Whereas the very essence that you're buying a term insurance, it's also called temporary insurance, and endowment is called permanent insurance. It is because you want to throw it away after some time because a better quality product is available or your risk has gone down. Right? All these things are possible. So I may want to take a 5 crore policy today and every year keep on reducing it by 50 lakhs and till it reach a figure of 1.5 crores, and then say, okay, this is fine because I had a borrowing which I was repaying at that rate. Or you reduce the size, you make it a 50 lakh rupee insurance premium. Doesn't really matter. Insurance policy doesn't really matter. That is the principle. I need to be able to throw away my policy, right? Or at least reduce it. Say I take a 50 lakhs sum assured. Every year if I can reduce it to 40 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 20 lakhs, I'll be great. Or if I want to increase it, will I ever be allowed to increase? No, because my underwriting is already done for 50 lakhs. I will be allowed to reduce, I will not be allowed to increase. But your agent will not be able to explain all this. The worst case, you go to your bank will sell you the policy which they want to sell and which belongs to their parent, right? They're all siblings, right? So HDFC Bank will want to sell an HDFC Life, an HDFC Ergo, an HDFC Mutual Fund. Same thing for Axis, for ICICI, for SBI, for everybody. They would want to sell their own product, but now it's an open architecture, so they're forced to sell all mutual funds. So they might just pick up some other mutual fund which is compensating them better. Since you do not know the story behind the scenes, a bank is not a great organization to buy a product from. So best is if you have some classmate of yours who's entered the insurance or the mutual fund business. Best is to sit with him, understand how the cash works, what he gets for selling, what he gets for keeping you in that place, what he gets for removing you from place A to and putting you in place B, how he is compensated for all this. If you understand all this, you will know from whom to buy. It's not so difficult, it's not rocket science, but you have to at least apply your mind and say, why is this person offering this product to me, right? If you do not ask those basic questions, then life is difficult. Thank you.